So Chad from B-Side texted me today. Okay, that's not exactly how it went, but it'd been a lot cooler if it did. So I'm coming in to help set up for an acoustic act. And this smaller stage by the door is the one they run their acoustic shows from. If you remember from my other videos, this is Seth. He's one of the owners of the B-Side bar, and I'm going to show him my process for running an acoustic gig. That way, he doesn't have to hire somebody else to come in. He can run it himself if he wants to. The mixer they're using for the acoustic stuff is the XR18. They like to use the default app, and that's not a problem for me, but the first thing I'm going to do is look through and kind of see how it's all been set up prior to my arrival. Everybody does things a little bit differently, so it's nice to make yourself familiar with these setups. The sound system's going to be some JBL tops and some EV subs underneath. We won't really need the subs, we'll just want them for break music. Since it's just a single guitar player, singer, I might need a DI box, and then I'm going to get one monitor out. The monitor is an alto speaker, which gets kind of some hate, but really you just need a reference point when you're performing an acoustic. Personally for me, I like to show up to the venue a little bit earlier than most, because I like to put out monitors or pre-run cables. That way when the artist shows up, I can be attentive and talk to them, get to know them. That way we can build a little rapport before we actually start the show. Hey you should subscribe. Yeah, that was creepy. I'm sorry about that. The other reason I like to show up early is because it gives me enough time so I don't feel rushed. I can get to know the system better, and then I'm less likely to fit the stereotype of the grumpy sound guy. Now, I know it looks like I'm talking to myself, but Seth is up above that window there. It's not just a little closet, there's a ladder there, so he's working up there. Our acoustic act for the day has arrived. He brought his own mixer, but we're going to be using the house system today. It's going to be better to teach Seth on their actual mixer. While the artist is setting up, we're going to talk about important stuff like how we're old and how our joints hurt, and how I can't play guitar with my pointer finger anymore if I'm playing drop D. You know, normal stuff like that. Even though we're not using his mixer, we need to run a couple XLRs up here because the artist is going to be using wireless for his microphone, and he has his own DI setup for his guitar. Even though the stage is tiny, I want to try to keep the cables as clean as possible. So we're going to bring these cables up and then wind them up on the back side of the monitor so they're less visible. And the huge mess of cables you see right now, I'll actually clean those up before we start. Well, I guess technically in this case we're using the front side since the back side would look messier to us. This is his pedal board. It's the same he uses for electric guitar. He did tell me, however, tonight he will be using the looper pedal. He has a very nice Taylor guitar. I've heard a lot of Taylors and they sound great, but my 112 CE plugged in sounds awful. Sounds great acoustic though. We are all set up, so now we're just waiting for people to arrive and the show will get started.
So bring me to King one for each hand. Let's set sail with California. We'll never be driving highway.
The subs actually did come in handy. I didn't realize he was going to use the body of his guitar for rhythm.
But I'm good without you. Yeah, I'm good without you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How many times can I break till I shatter? Over the line can't define what I'm. They took my saddle in Houston, broke my leg in Santa Fe, lost my wife and a girlfriend somewhere along the way. I've been looking for it when they pull that in, and I hope that judge ain't blind. Amarillo by morning blows on my mind.
And there we have it. Seth survived his acoustic gig. Doing these acoustic shows are a nice change of pace once in a while. They are generally less chaotic, although sometimes you'll get an artist that comes in who has no idea how to control the feedback on his acoustic guitar. Some acoustic guitars will just rumble out and you're chasing it all night in the wedge. But Mark here is a professional, so we didn't have any problems with his guitar, and so most of the night it was mostly just chasing levels to make the experience more fun, and then throwing in some effects like if he was doing an older country song. Seth did a great job tonight. I kind of sat back and let him run the levels so that he could get more comfortable with changing things and how it affected the sound and the mood, and also the effects too. That way he could know how to toggle them off and on when the artist was talking versus when they were singing. Overall, it was a great night and he did a great job. It's time for me to hit the old dusty trail. Ugh, that was terrible. Alright, if I didn't lose you, I'll see you in the next video.